We can't all be lean, toned, in shape, and in the best condition. Everyone slips up here and there and they get out of shape, but professional athletes being out of shape means losing $1 million contract. So in this video, we're going to show you some NFL players that let themselves go, and since they were already huge when they were in shape, just imagine how big they are when they're out of shape. Give us a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Number 10, Bryant McKinnie. For our number 10, we'll begin with Bryant Mount McKinnie, who is one of the several infamous Minnesota Vikings caught on the Love Boat back in 2005. The University of Miami alum was a force on the offensive line early on in his career, but sad to say, weight gain and legal troubles eventually left him on the outside looking in after just 179 games. His trials and tribulations took a toll on his football career, which caused him to miss routine practices, whereas some say he just skipped many of them altogether. Perhaps he was spending way too much time on the party scene, as he was sued for $375,000 by an exotic dance club in Florida for unpaid services. Eventually, he settled out of court for $150,000. To owe that much money to a dance club is astounding. That could probably equate to about 4,000 lap dances. Number 9, Jerome Bettis. Number 8, Tony Siragusa. The Goose's retirement consisted of him stepping out on the sidelines and simply not going back on the field. He spent 13 seasons as a sideline analyst for Fox. He then went on to host a home renovation show, Man Caves, which was fitting as he had 25 years of locker room talk. He was also seen in several advertisements for Depends for Men. Retired, but as big as ever, the 2000 Super Bowl champion Tony Siragusa was listed number 71 in NFL's 100 Greatest Characters.
This kid is giving us the finger.
Number 7, Terrence Cody. Bringing in number 7 on our list, we have the former Alabama standout who never panned out in the NFL, Terrence Cody. He only played in a mere 57 games over 4+ seasons and accounted for 46 tackles and 0 sacks as a defensive tackle. If his NFL career wasn't enough of a disappointment, Cody was named as a suspect in an NCAA investigation going back to 2009. If it's not for his disobedience of what many believe to be a garbage rule governing NCAA player, it was surely Cody's weight struggles that put him in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. Then in 2016, Cody spent some months in jail as he was found guilty of 5 counts of animal neglect, illegal possession of an alligator, and 2 misdemeanor drug charges. Apparently, he starved his dogs and his alligator. It makes one wonder why he didn't just feed the dogs to the alligator.
And I take responsibility of what happened, and it just made me a better person, from the consequences.
Number 6, John Elway. John Elway became significantly pudgier than he was during his playing career. Regardless of all his accolades and prestige, the idolized NFL superstar was called the man with a golden gut by Fortune magazine. Elway became the head honcho of the Denver Broncos back in 2011 and obviously had quite a bit of success during his first handful of years. He was able to attract Peyton Manning to the Broncos, and which culminated in a Super Bowl 50 win. But things went downhill after Manning and head coach Gary Kubiak retired. He suffered from medical conditions, and his hands in old age let the stomach loose. Was it old age that caused him to gain more weight? Or perhaps the wonderful herbal medication abundant in Colorado that has been proven to be very useful for easing pain and developing a case of the munchies, and thus gaining weight? Number 5, John Madden.
The left goes to the right goes to the left. This guy crosses here, he crosses here. They have no idea where we are, who we are, where we're coming from, or who we're throwing to.
Uncle Turducken himself, the former coach, broadcaster, and NFL video game spokesman, was once a player, having been drafted in the 21st round in 1958. Unfortunately, an injury suffered in training camp ended his career prematurely. Known for his obvious broadcast booth quips like "the road to Easy Street goes through the sewer" and "don't worry about the horse being blind, just load the wagon," among many, many more, John Madden was famously known for his love of protein. Perhaps Thanksgiving was his favorite holiday, as he introduced the world to turducken. That is the Frankenstein-like combination of turkey, duck, and chicken that gives eaters a taste of each. Number 4, William Perry. William Refrigerator Perry is considered gigantic in any era. With a nickname like the Refrigerator, it's easy to assume that William Perry was a big guy and a big eater. In his prime, however, he was shockingly athletic for his size. As a defensive tackle and part-time fullback, Perry stood 6'2" and weighed in at 350 pounds. After his football career, Perry stayed his larger-than-life self as he competed in a 2002 charity boxing match against fellow human outlier 7'7" Manute Bull, where he lost. And prior to that, he tested his muscle in an escapade in 2000 when he lost a tough man competition to Bob Sapp. Plus, Perry tried his hand at competitive eating and even appeared in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Now, despite his prodigious size and fitting nickname, the Fridge ended up struggling to get it all down. Number 3, Vince Wilfork. Imagine a 6'1", 325-pounder raging in your direction with the ability to travel 40 yards in 6 seconds. This was the amazing ability of Vince Wilfork. He played 11 of his 13 seasons with the Patriots and helped bring them 2 Super Bowl championships. So to call Vince Wilfork an amazing athlete is a bit of an understatement. His technique and work ethic were sharp, but there's another side that many didn't see because he was so large. He could block out the sun on game day. The 5-time Pro Bowler and Hall of Fame eater fittingly announced his retirement in a commercial for charcoal. And to continue, he actually became a spokesman for the Kingsford charcoal brand. So he hung up his cleats for the grill. And this probably was for the best because he used to eat men for lunch on the football field. Number 2, Eddie Lacy. In 2019, Pro Football Talk reported that Eddie Lacy was working out for the Baltimore Ravens in early April. So since people hadn't heard from Lacy since 2017 when he played for the Seattle Seahawks, his fans anticipated his return. Unfortunately, he never signed. For many, this was foreseeable as he had gained a noticeable amount of weight, which the internet did not let him live down, as he became more meme than professional football player. In his first 2 seasons in the NFL, Lacy rushed for over 3,000 yards. However, his last 2 seasons in the league combined amounted to 539 yards, and although there was an incentive bonus of almost $400,000 that he could earn if he was able to reach his goal weight, he constantly struggled and eventually lost the battle to lose weight. Lacy's weight becomes such an issue that ESPN reported. Number 1, Jared Lorenzen. Nicknamed the Hefty Lefty and the Pillsbury Throwboy, Jared Lorenzen was able to astonish audiences with his wicked rocket arm and athleticism despite his humongous size, which is more like a linebacker than a quarterback. And through an interview with Today in 2017, he explained how throughout his career, he constantly had battles controlling his weight. As a matter of fact, when he gave the interview to Today, he weighed more than 500 pounds and was in desperate need to improve his health. Unfortunately, the star of University of Kentucky, who still holds records for offensive yards and passing yards, passed away in the summer of 2019. 2 of his most famous accolades was being elected into the UK Athletics Hall of Fame in 2015 and earning a Super Bowl ring in the 2007 as the backup to Eli Manning. Lorenzen spent 4 seasons with the New York Giants and he was loved by his teammates and fans alike. After his death, Eli Manning sent a message that read, "Jared was a great teammate and friend." Manning said in a statement released by the Giants, "We competed against each other in college and came to the Giants together. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family. I will always remember his competitive spirit and his good nature. Jared has left us all way too soon." Now, some of these cases are funny while others are truly shocking and depressing. So leave your thoughts in the comments section. Then, as usual, show us some love by hitting that thumbs up button, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell.